Sparks often fly in the underground world of management and miners, but after 10 years of pay cuts, the atmosphere at South Crofty is cynical, to say the least.
Well, you're looking very well this morning, are you? You're looking a bit,
Well, I'm actually in a lot of pain, Mark.
Oh, that's nice to hear. A lot of people like to hear that.
Now, I'll tell you what happened, but don't bloody laugh.
Right.
I was on a horse on Monday.
Yeah.
Going down a fairly steep...
Were you riding it or backing it?
I was riding it. Going down a fairly steep path, rocky path, and the horse stumbled and lost its footing.
Yeah.
It then lost its footing again and just about ended up on its knees.
Yeah.
I managed to remain on the horse, but in the process severely damaged my groin.
But you do put anything on its knees, and you even put us on our knees with the wage cuts.
Not true, Mark.
You'll cut our money soon. I know what you're like.
Oh, at the first opportunity, you know I will. We're losing money, Mark.
Eh? I'm losing money all the time.
Building walls, not bridges, is what keeps Mark Kaczmarek going, plus poking fun at the bosses. Despite the friction, his mine superintendent remains gracious.
The sense of humour is peculiar. It's actually took me quite a long time to get used to it. Having become used to it, I now find it delightful. But I would say that we have some of the most skilled mining men, certainly in Europe, and if not in the world. Our problems purely revolve around price. The increase in the price that we saw towards the end of '94 and the advice that we got prompted us to set our financial schedule according to a price which is much higher than at present. We certainly can't continue to operate ad infinitum at the current prices. It is our problems at the moment are price. I've been here 10 years. We've all got to know each other very well. I know the sacrifices that they have made. They are a very capable, good-humoured, tolerant, hard-working group of people on the whole. And I must admit, the good times have always outweighed any memories of the bad times.
Well taught, Brian. Oh, hammer's broken. It's broken or come loose.
Centuries-old shortcuts of using axe heads are needed for wall building, which is a line of defence to contain the rock when the blast rips it apart.
Most of the trees in Cornwall were cut down from the mining. A lot of it was fire stoves, but there's a hell of a lot of it used in the mines as props and this kind of work.
I take a lot of pride in my work, and out one day someone turned around and say, well, that Mark Kaczmarek, he may have been a bit of a nutcase, but he was a bloody good miner.
That's it, baby. Nail that one, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I want.
Mark's brother Gary has been round the world as an expert driller. He's currently disillusioned with Crofty's rates of pay for gruelling work underground. In the 1960s, when tin prices were high, their father Henry earned between £500 and £1,000 a week. In the 90s, it's far less. Gary's even reduced to rolling his own cigarettes.
Ten was worth a lot more in your day.
Oh, yeah. I used to pay 3 halfpence for a bus fare.
Wish you pack that up. That is a bloody killer, isn't it? That's smoking.
Yeah, smoking is the worst thing you could have.
It's bad enough breathing the stale air down your nose, let alone those old, beastly old fags.
Oh, there's a few enjoyments in life, and that's one of them.
Well, you might enjoy it. It's passive smoking here.
Yeah, it's...
You want to ban that from underground? Really?
Should be banned. Smoking should be banned everywhere.
No.
Really, you can't do it when you're drilling, see, because it puts it out, doesn't it, all that
That's
water?
right, yeah. Well,
Right, so
one
you
end
come
of the
down
shift and before
really,
it
you don't
starts.
change seats, mate, because I don't like breathing your smoke, because it's coming this way.
Don't breathe.
Colin Belshaw remains hopeful, but only if the mine's targets continue to be reached. Even then, a rise in pay cannot be guaranteed. But what about the future?
The tin price has gone up as the physical stocks have dropped. and it is really looking as though we have a good future. Probably the only time it's not on my mind is when I'm abroad, and then it probably takes me 3 or 4 days to unwind. I'm sure Alison will confirm that it takes up a lot of my time and mind.
I said them to him once before, actually. He's a pussycat, really, but they don't believe me.
Mark's daughter and wife were able to invest in four-legged friends when the Crofty money was better. The Kaczmareks live on the fringes of Redruth and now find difficulty in financing their individual interests.
I'll open up my wage packet. Flat week this week. That means we haven't earned any bonus. And my take-home pay is £135 and 6p. Okay. And things are bad.
Bit like your gravy, Imogen.
Thank you very much.
It's Mother's Day. 3 generations get together. For Mark and Gary, it's a treat for the family, including stepmom Iris.
I'll be an animal and eat it all at once.
Your teeth in, Iris? Yep.
Yes. We're shining nice. Shining nice. Like stars, isn't it?
Come out every night.
We've got to say, though, Iris is looking like $1 million today. All green and crinkled. We pick on Iris quite a lot because
She comes from Camborne.
she does come from Camborne. And we are Redruth people. Even father, being Polish, is a Redruth man. Right? He's got his Redruth citizenship. Polish Redruth. Anyway, want to make a toast to the Kaczmarek family. Right? Right. You pitching your drink? Who's been pitching your drink?
The younger generation, like Mark's son, are not interested in working down the mine.
20 years ago, we would have comparatively large numbers who would be interested in a career in mining. Now in 1995, we've got a very small number of students who express an interest in that. They know the opportunities aren't there any longer. In their nature, they are as keen as ever. But I mean, essentially, the people who live here have to be realistic, but certainly wouldn't want to see it disappear altogether.
No future in the mine. It's got a few years left, really. Got about 10 years left. So they think. Anyway, I ain't no good at it. Even though I'm in the top set, it's just luck. Nah, no good at science. Or I'll be something like a rock star or something.
The differences of opinion between Mark, the union man, and Colin, the superintendent, are finally buried at a pub gathering to celebrate both a birthday and a departure. But only one of them is heading for Greece to work in a gold mine.
Well, one birthday card and one good riddance card it is. Right?
Another good riddance first. Thank you,
The
Mark.
trouble is now, I've just been informed, it's not your 40th birthday, it's your 41st.
That's right.
Right? I was told it's your 40th, so you are going down with being called a lying sod because you've been that all along.
Thank you, Mark.
Right? Well, that's your 40th one, say.
Right, thank you. Well, that was last year's.
I know, I could give it a chippy because he's 40,
What this actually demonstrates is that you never read notice boards.
Well, read the
year-
card out aloud. Never mind about last year. Read the card.
No matter what you do to celebrate your 40th birthday,
Right.
end the day with a bang.
There you are.
You haven't signed it, Mark.
I wouldn't sign it because I thought someone like you would put that on the notice board at work and nobody would speak to me then.
And this one?
That there one's a good riddance card.
Ah, right.
Right?
Good luck in your new job. Checklist. Loads of cash, that's true. Paid holidays in the Bahamas, that's true. And that is true as well. Dream? No, it's all true. It's all true. It's all true.
No, you're lying again,
And you've actually signed that, Mark signed that. Mark.
Actually, that's my wife's signature. I would not sign it.
No, but you can't write, can you?
I can write. I can put enough X's in. 3 cheers for Colin Balshaw, right, on his leaving do. Right? And if you want him to stay out in Greece, let's have 6 cheers. Hip hip! Hooray! 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 Hip hip! Hooray!
His leaving as Crofty's fortunes improve. The men are jubilant.
And finally,
You have a say.
to Crofty.
Very good. Absolutely.
Because Crofty means a hell of a lot to us, all of us.
Yeah.
Even though I may be going away, I'm taking Crofty with me.
No, you're not.
I am, and you lot, I love you to death.
I'll believe it when I see it.
To Crofty.
To Crofty. To Crofty.
You must eat a lot of red meat.
And watch out to Gatley.
Crofty's workings go on underneath this supermarket, but it's a million miles away for one mining expert.
I did my degree in industrial geology at the Camborne School of Mines, and then I went on to do a master's in mining engineering afterwards. There aren't that many jobs for mining engineers in Cornwall, and I really enjoy Tesco's. It's a good place to work, there's a friendly atmosphere. These things happen whatever career you're in, I think, these days. There are a lot of geologists around, there's a lot of people graduate in geology, and there just aren't the jobs for everybody that does graduate.
With boiled meat potatoes, haricot vert and broccoli florets.
Do I like haricot vert?
I hope so.
Ironically, Graham cooks for the person who shares their home, Karen McCaig, the ventilation engineer at the mine.
I cooked 3 times. And once, I cooked for myself and I forgot Graham. I decided that because I worked underground then, and Graham worked nights, then he had to cook. And he can have it all ready for when I walk in the door. When I live by myself, then I cook for myself, but I don't like cooking.
There you go, Karen. Biggest piece of chicken as usual.
Cheers.
South Crofty may have enough geologists, but it always needs machine men, the drillers, who bore deep into the hard rock so the dynamite can do its job. With money to invest and tin prices rising, more men are taken on. It's also a chance for the men with experience to educate their young mates.
That board away, Alec, if you can. That should be it then. We'll start running the wires back then if you want, the wires.
Mark Morgan has rejoined Crofty after 12 months away. He's honest about the situation. He's here because it's the only working environment for miners in Cornwall. He does have plans, however. A mining job in Southern Ireland. Before that, he has to break in his junior, Alan Carswell.
Actually, it's my first day, on the mining side. I've been at the mine for a year and a half, coming on for a year and a half now, and actually I usually do the mucking, as you've seen earlier on, with the mucker. These boys come in the daytime, drill, blast, then we come out, we've got to muck out all the dirt, ready for a clean place for them in the morning again. So, a bit different, but he said I aren't too bad at it, so first day. I know it's a lot to take in, but hopefully I'll get there. You either are a leader or not a leader, basically. You're happy taking second place if you want your own contract. Normally it's sort of 18 months plus on machines, up to 2 to 3 years. Then they may feel confident enough to go on their own contract. But it's a big step again. If I know good, that's it. I should decide how much further he goes, whether he's any good or not. Yeah. And we'll know that over the next few weeks.
Alan is shown the most delicate job down the mine, connecting the leads from the dynamite to the detonator, which is kept further along the level for safety reasons. The spaghetti of wires has to be joined correctly so that all the charges go off and all of the rock is removed.
I've got my son who works down there. I've got my brother here who's an underground fitter now. I've got my cousin, Chippy Chapman, who works with me, alongside me every day. Quite a few members of my family in the past have worked there, including my father. Guess it goes back quite a few generations.
And away we go.
Sons of mining fathers have been part of the working heritage down South Crofty. There are much fewer now, and for the ones who try it, like Clevedon Williams' son, the path can be fraught.
I was working in a draw point and I was checking the ground with the bar. As I brought a piece off, so a couple of extra pieces come with it. I tried jumping out the way and the piece cut my arm open, cut 2 tendons in half. Altogether, involving the 2 operations, I've had roughly 100 stitches. I thought I was going to get an injury sometime or another.
Now he had his accident and hopefully it's successful now. He's young enough that he could able to learn everything about the mine and certainly give the mine back as much as you know, they give him.
It's 2,500 feet down, in a cavern 10 feet across. The humidity is high and noise levels at times almost deafening. Clevedon Williams and his partner are operating the most up-to-date long-hole machine in the mine. Its productivity is crucial. A major investment has brought optimism. For the miners, there's a lot at stake.
2 points of it.
Yep. 2 behind, Gary. We're 2 behind. On the way.
I didn't know you were that desperate for your pounder.
Tell you what, start polishing that toy for me.
4 bits.
My way. 4 bits.
Sorry, bloody rubbish. Oh.
Let me tell you, this game, Devon and Cornwall, this game's played in, isn't it? Don't play no else in
Australia, America.
Yeah. Well, I should imagine in Australia and America, it's just played by the Cornish miners.
Euchre is the name of the game. Cornish miners have lost wage packets and more playing this. This time the stakes are restricted to £1.
I tell you what, I feel terrible.
On nothing there.
I feel terrible doing this to family.
Really upset you doing that to the family, didn't it?
But a pound is a pound. A pound is a pound, and I don't like losing. Well, way it go, isn't it? Make time to hit bloody euchred on that.
This is where Crofty is gambling on its future. An area at the bottom level where exploration is a hit-or-miss affair. Drill after drill is dispatched deep below to assess loads of tin. Tradition remains strong here, with son, the recently indoctrinated mate, and father, the man with the experience in this kind of work.
The machine here at the moment is basically a diamond drilling machine. It cuts a circular core which we use throughout the mine to evaluate whether that load structure is worth sending a mining crew in to excavate. It's just really how to exploit the riches of the mine without spending too much money on a mining situation. This present moment in time is about 35 metres, but it could be invariably anything up to 150, 250 metres is an accepted length of hole really just for exploration. Mining is a situation where you either like it or you won't like it. I mean, in his situation, then maybe in 6 months' time he could turn and say, it's not for me. But it's certainly on a heritage basis, it's nice to see that the family's involved. Because there are sort of skills within the mine that you cannot basically take out of a textbook. You've got to actually nurture the people on in the right way and put those skills across to them.
Cores of granite and tin, Blackpool rock lookalikes are surveyed with loving attention. Tin may not be as precious as gold, but it's at the heart of Cornwall's prosperity. Even so, the miners are making sure their children will not depend on it.
Like I say, Daniel there, I hope he bears down on school a bit and hopefully comes out with something better than what I did, really. Lucy, yeah, I don't know. Is it worth educating girls? Because they only grow up and get married, don't they, and find somebody rich. But I'm saying that they're more independent now, don't they? But, do you think you'll be anything, Lucy? What do you think you'll want to be when you leave school?
Horse rider.
A horse rider, there you are. No money, that's more money Daddy's got to fork out. It's knocked a big hole in the economy of Camborne and Redruth because there's no spending power now. The house prices have come down quite a lot because there isn't the people with the money about. The miners were the people with the money. We were on, really good money. But those days are gone. The pubs used to do well at the miners. People used to go drinking 3 or 4 times a week because you're hot and you're thirsty and you go out and you unwind, socialise. But you just haven't got the money to go out drinking now. I might drink once a fortnight. I go out for a pint now.
The rough guide to Greece.
Rough guide to Greece.
Thank
You'll
you,
have
Captain.
Greece tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll have to change that.
We'll change it actually to 14 Black grease tomorrow, Mark. Black grease tomorrow. Rip this clothes off. Black grease and tar and feather.
I must make a statement. If any of you lot think you're going to get jobs in Greece, dream on.
We will want to come out with you.
Now, you can be liked or disliked. What he's tried to do to the best of his ability, and I believe is actually run it like that to keep the damn thing going. Now, it's not always easy, and you don't always make the right decisions, right? Am I right or am I wrong? That's right.
Never makes the right decision. Not always.
Well, I don't know about that. And I'll say as I find.
I know.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And
But I always say if you pay peanuts, you employ monkeys.
but we only had peanuts.